Alia?
I'm here.
No,
I'm here, Miss
no, no.
Cole.
From the video. I'm not hearing anybody respond. Five of you on five out of the how much student in the class and so much of the persons them were at class yesterday. Well, what? No, what's his? Wait, Damon. No, Damon day is tomorrow. But he must supposed to have class. He's supposed to be online. Yeah, online for class today. Tomorrow is when him on for city angles. Let me see. Tell me if you see this. Tell me when you're seeing the screen, please.
Yes, Miss, I'm seeing it now.
All right. Hello? Hello?
Yes, miss.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
But people not communicating?
I think your phone is going because sometimes I'm hearing you, sometimes I'm not. Not even know if you're talking all the while.
But somebody saying something, then somebody say something I'm not hearing properly, but nobody not communicating. Are you seeing the screen?
Yes, miss.
All right. Question: why is there a loss when you're preparing meat?
See, miss, your phone breaking up now.
Why is
You're
there a
hearing me
loss?
properly?
I am hearing you quite fine. Are you hearing me? Hello?
Miss, what is it? Why there is a loss in preparation of meat?
Yes.
It shrink. Sometimes it shrink. Sometimes it take off fats off it or some stuff like that.
Okay, right. When you're cutting meat, you're taking off the fat, you're cutting off, so there's some level of loss. So that's why you have to buy more than what you're using, so that when you so if you're cooking for 20 persons and you're buying 20 and it's supposed to say, let's say it's 20 pounds of meat you need for the 20 person, you buy a little bit over because based on shrinkage and cutting off the fat. So this is pork. This is how you purchase it. It's $180 per pound, and there was a 15% loss in preparation. We have oil here. We buy the buckle, $160 per buckle. The buckle has 20 ounce, and it says that 1 cup equals 8 ounce. And based on the recipe, please write down this recipe or take a picture of it or something. We're finding the cost for each of these. 10 pounds of pork. We're finding the cost for 2 cups of vegetable oil. We need to find the cost for 10 eggs. We need to find the cost for 5 teaspoons of mixing seasoning. We're having the cost for the 4 tablespoons of vinegar. We're having the not here. What she say? We're finding the cost of 5 pounds of Irish, 6 pounds of pineapple slice, and 7 pounds of tablespoons of honey. Saying something?
No, Miss, I'm reading.
Right, so these are what we need to find the cost for. So that's the recipe that I want to find. So when you're doing anything, you must find your cost for your recipe, for your different items on your recipe. But it all depends on how you buy it. Now, how you purchase an item, you must be able to break it down to your recipe. So if you buy 10 pounds or something, you want to find 1 pound, you first must know how much a 10 pound costs in order to break it down to find out how much the cost for the 1 pound. Because you bought it based on, you bought it in pounds. So let us find the cost now for pork. We'll find the cost of how much pork. How much pork we're trying to find the cost of?
It's 10 pounds.
10 pounds of pork. How do you buy the pork? What was the purchase price of pork? How did we buy the pork?
180 a pound.
180 a pound. How can we find out the cost for 10 pounds of pork?
You times it by the 10.
We're going to times it by the 10. So it says, no, remember now this part says 15% loss. Percentage is out of what?
100.
100. So if there was a 15% loss, how much percentage is left back? Huh?
85.
85. So what we have to find now is we have to minus 100 by the 15 because so that we know how we did buy it because we could not have bought the straight 10 pounds because we had to buy a little bit over because there was a 15% loss in preparation. So we have to find out how much did we buy before the loss in preparation. So we have to minus now the 100 by the 50, which is 85. I remember when we do in decimal, the percentage now, 85% of the decimal is 0.85. Remember what we did when we were finding the menu price? We said menu, what was the file to find it up there? Full cost over full cost percentage, right? It is a similar thing. We divide the 10 by the percentage, and the percentage, remember, when we put in divided by the percentage, we're changing it to the decimal point. So we divide the 10 by the 0.85, it gives us 11.76 pounds. That means it is about 11.6 pounds we bought before it did shrink. So we buy more. So we want to find out what quantity of pork is purchased for the recipe. How much did we purchase? Because we have to purchase more, because when you cut off, we're going to lose. So the question says, what quantity of pork did we purchase for the recipe? What we purchased for the recipe will be different because it is pork and there is some level of loss. When you cut it off, then how much do we how much pounds did we buy before the wastage? So in order to find that, we divide how much pounds the recipe had by the percentage, and it gives us 11.76 pounds, and we time that by 180 to give us how much for the amount of pork. So here it's saying that 11.76 pounds of pork times the 180 give you $2,117.85. Any question? Hello?
No, miss.
Miss.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Miss, my internet keep on chipping in and chipping out, so I didn't hear anything, and I'm kind of lost.
Your earphone. Oh. So is it going to chip in and chip out for the whole class?
Miss, I don't know. Not, I don't know, Miss.
Because I forgot to get a new one, man, because my one was bad too, so I forgot to try to get a next one myself. Headphones going to go bad. All right, I am saying there, the question says, how this is just showing you, the table is showing you, I'm going to send you all of this. The question is showing you, how do we buy, what our purchasing price is? How did we purchase the pork? This is saying that we buy per pound. But it also states there's a 15% loss in preparation. That means that when we're preparing it, so buy the pork, but when we cut it up, there was some level of loss, or we can call it waste. You get up to that point,
Okay, Miss.
right?
I heard that.
Fine. Now, this is saying 50% loss in preparation. If it's 15% and percentage out of 100, that means how much is left back.
So that is how 15%. Yeah, but
Gone.
100% way
Mm.
15% equal 85.
85% is left back. Good.
Yeah.
So we minus the 100 from the 15 and we give us the 85. Get up there, so? Right, you see that there?
Yes, Miss.
85%. So we're putting the percentage now is in a decimal format, and it is 0.85.
Yes, Miss.
Clear up there?
Yes, Miss.
All right, thanks. So what will have to happen now? We want find out what quantity of pork was purchased for the recipe. But we have to be mindful that there was a loss in preparation, right?
Yes,
What to
miss.
find there was a loss in preparation. We want to find out now how much was purchased. We couldn't purchase 10 pounds because a 10 pound we need for the recipe. We're going to need a bit more because there is loss. Get that?
Yes, please.
Good. So we're saying now, in order to find out how much pounds did we buy, we have to divide what the recipe are as 10 pounds. We have to divide the 10 pounds by the percentage in order to find out how many pounds did we purchase. Get that?
Divide. So that will be 10 divided by 85.
0.85. Remember, it's a
Point
decimal format of the
seven five eight
percentage.
five.
And then we get the 11.65. That means that we purchased this amount
Level
before
point
the
one.
weight. 11.76.
Oh.
Work it out for yourself. You can work it out.
Yes, but the chair said 11.65. I mean, I said, no,
So,
miss.
all right, good. So then now we use this amount now of pounds and we times it by the 180 because remember now we purchased it 180 per pound. And we get how many, what quantity was purchased, which is 11.6 pounds, and they will also work out how much 11.76 pounds of pork.
That will
What
be
was the cost?
11.7. That will be 2,116.8.
You get that?
With 2,116.8.
$17.
No, 16.
Try you work it out and see. Maybe my
Mr.
let
said,
me
you
see.
said level point 76 times 180.
No, yeah, 11.76 times 180.
Means that would
Yeah.
have been 2,116.8.
Okay. All right. No problem. 80 because it's money. All right. Good. So we'll find out the cost for. So we'll find the cost of pork. Let us now find the cost for oil because we have to find the cost for each of them. Now this is saying that the oil we buy for $160 for the buckle. How much is in the buckle? How much is in the buckle?
Miss, I'm
Mr.
not seeing
Screen
the
gone.
screen, you know.
You're not seeing the screen?
No, miss, it gone.
Let me stop and start and share again. Seeing it now?
No, miss.
Any better?
No, miss.
I understand that. We're sharing a while ago, it was fine. It just black. What you seeing? Let me try one more time. Any better?
Miss just seen your picture, miss.
Huh?
Miss Red just seen your picture coming up.
Hmm. This is so strange. It is so strange. Let me try. Let's make one sec. Any better?
No, miss.
One sec, because I'm not sure why it not sure why it is giving me that. Let me stop share. I'll try one more time. This is just wasting of time. Can I send it to somebody and then somebody try? Who have a laptop working with and they try to share the screen? Hello? Anybody? Nobody not hearing me?
Miss Red not using a laptop.
This is mostly phone.
Okay, man, I need to get only for up and get rich and get one laptop, you know. Sure. Still not seeing anything.
No, miss.
Oh boy.
Miss, did you send out an email
No. For what? That
for
was
class?
last.
Because I didn't.
Send out an email. I don't send email. The link is sent straight to the email normally. And I'm under Miss Brown's login. So I don't normally send an email with the link like that. And the link was sent to the class to the group. The Alia said she sent it in the group. So I don't know.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If I did send it to my email, because I'm not
I
seeing it
don't
in my email.
I don't know if it goes to your email. It shouldn't. When a link is sent by Miss Brown, you don't normally get it in your email. Huh? Uh, uh, so I don't know how to answer that one. Don't come off. I'm just going to come off the platform and come back on. All right. Let me know again if you're seeing the screen, please.
Yeah. Missy, come back. Come back and come up.
Sorry, I'm keep on bringing up the wrong thing. My document was closed. Sorry. Oh, oh boy. Hope I get my. Sorry, it looked like I closed the document a while ago. One sec. Let's share one more time. Are you seeing it now? Hello?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
All right. Okay, so we reach at the oil. How much is in the oil, the buckle of oil? How much is in buckle of oil?
2 cups.
Look at this preparation information. I never asked how much is the recipe. How much is in the buckle of oil? Look at the preparation information. How much is in the buckle of oil? We buy 100 per buckle. How much is in the buckle of oil?
Let's take off the black some off it. Come, I'm not seeing it properly.
How much is in the buckle of oil?
20 ounce.
How much?
20 ounce.
20 ounces in the buckle. Good. But how much? What you want to find the cost of?
And a bottle.
No man, look at the recipe. Look at the recipe. What do we want to find the cost of? Remember, we want to find the cost for the recipe itself. How much we want to find the cost of?
2 cups, miss.
2 cups.
2 cups. But we buy it in a buckle and it's 20 ounces in the buckle. But it also states that 1 cup equal 8 ounces. So tell me now, how many cups now you think would be in the 20-ounce buckle? If 1 cup equal 8 ounces, how many cups would be in the 20-ounce buckle?
2 and something.
No.
How you think we would get how many cups in the buckle? How you think we would get it?
Miss, by dividing.
Divide what? You said divide it, but I don't know what it is. You have to tell me what it is.
Miss, divide
Eight.
the 20 ounce by the 8 ounce.
Right, and what does that give us?
Wait, hold on. So 20 20 divided by 8. That would be 2.5.
Good. 2.5, and it's the same as 2.5. Right? So that means it's 2.5 cups is in the buckle of oil. But the recipe asks for the price
Cup.
for 2 cups. So first thing we have to find now is how much for 1 ounce of oil first. How you think we're going to find how much for we want to find how many cups, okay, we find out how many cups is in the buckle. But next thing we need to find out is how much it costs for 1 cup. Because we only know because you have to find how much for 1 cup first before we can find the cost for 2. So we do know that 2.5 cups of oil cost $60. We do know that, right?
Yes, miss.
Good. So let us work it out now. So the oil, it says 2 cups. We divide it 20. We find it, we need the cost for 2 cups. So we divide it 20 by the 8, we get 2.5. Therefore, there's 2.5 cups in the buckle. So we divide now to find the cost. We want to find the cost for 1 cup. We
Same
have to
thing.
divide the 160 by the 2.5. Yes?
I'm just reading through, miss. So
Right?
160.
Divided by 2.5. We want to find the cost for 1 cup first. Before we find the cost for the 2 cup.
$64
For one. But what is the recipe asking for? What's the recipe asking for?
2 cups.
2. So we have to multiply the answer why we get by 2, and we get $128. That means 2 cups of oil cost $128.
They could have said 64 plus 64. No,
No,
times.
because if the recipe asks for 5 and 6 cup, you're going to go and add. No. That's the thing. You have to do it the proper way. So we have to always break down the recipe first. Break it down, find the cost for one, and then we bring it up.
So okay, so it's for the 2 cups is 128.
$128. Yes. Because we find the cost for one first, because when you divide the 2.5 by the 160, that's what we find the cost for 1 cup. And we times it by 2. If it was 3 cup here, it's the same thing. You would have times it by 3. If it was 4 cup here, we would have times it by 4. But you must always watch this part, the preparation information. Right? Let me tell you though, this is the one that this type of question is one of the trickiest question, and it's one of the longest questions. I have to break down each recipe and find the cost for each item. Any questions, anybody, please? I'm going to be sending this specifically to you, the working note and everything. I'm going to be sending it to the class. So at least you can go look through it. Any question, anyone? All right, moving on. The next thing we want to find out is the cost for 10 eggs. In the information part, it says we buy it for $80 a dozen. That means we know the cost for 12. Do we know the cost for 10?
No.
But we know the cost for 12. How would we find the cost for 10 eggs? How could we go about doing it? A dozen is what?
12.
Dozen is 12. So how would we find the cost for one egg then?
You could take away 2.
Take away? Talk again, man.
Minus 2.
Why are you minusing?
because
Minus in
it
one.
because
It is
80
$80. Remember, with money we're dealing with it now. eighty
they,
dollars for 12 eggs. And we want to find the cost for one egg first.
oh
We want to we have remember now you have to break it down first to find the cost of one egg before we can get the cost for 10. You can't just minus it and then expect say what you going to minus. When you
I was
minus the two, what are we going to give you?
no, I was going to say 80 minus 2.
You
I
can't
get back.
minus the two. You can't minus the two because the two not having any. The two is dollar. The two is not money. The two is right. That have one thing to do with the next. How would you find? We know say $80 is for 12. Think. How would we find the cost for 10?
It's 80. No.
I already know the
You
price
look
for
at
12.
come again?
Yeah, I already know the price for 12, right?
Mm-hmm. So how can
Divide
we
the,
find the cost?
put the 12 in
Divide
the cost
it
by the 12, and then you
right
times it
and we times it by
10 afterwards, because when you divide the 12 into it, you get the cost for one.
okay, excellent. We find the cost for one egg first, right? We find the cost of one egg. So when we divide the 80 by the 12, we get the cost of one egg. And then we times it by the 10, we get the cost for the 10 eggs. Simple, simple, simple.
Oh,
We must find the cost for one first before we can call in the cost for the others. We have to break down. We have to bring it down before we can bring it up. Break it down, find the cost of one item first before we can find the cost for everything. Alright? Any question? As I said, I will send you this itself, all the working out, all the costing and the working out. I'm going to send everybody. All right. So that is it for egg. The next thing it says now is a mixed seasoning. We buy it by the pack and it's $56 for the pack. How much is in the pack? How much is in one pack? Look at the preparation information. How much is in one pack?
56.
How much?
56.
No. The 56 is the
16
price.
ounces. Yeah, miss 16 ounce.
16 ounces is one pack. But it also says that is 6 teaspoons equal 1 ounce. Right? So we want to find the cost for 5 teaspoons of mixed seasoning. 5 teaspoons of mixed seasoning. Look at it now. Because this is the part we have to work with. Sorry. This is the part we have to work with. We buy it by the pack. We buy it by the pack. We know that 16 ounce. So if 6 teaspoons equal 1 ounce, how many teaspoons then would be in the 16 ounce? Anybody can work that out? How many teaspoons would be in the pot then? 6 teaspoons equal 1 ounce? How much teaspoon would
76
be? Who's a bright? Who that?
is Palmer.
Farmer. How much you say? Talk again.
76.
76?
Yes, miss.
You sure? What do you do to get
Ah,
the 76?
76. Cause 6 times the 6. 6, 6, 36, 6, 3, 6, 1, 6 plus the 3. 96. Sorry.
96. Great. It is 96 teaspoon is in the mixes is in the 16 ounce. 96 teaspoon. But we want to find the cost for how much? We want to find the cost for 5 teaspoon. But we buy it by the pack. So you have to break it down now. So if it's 96 teaspoon is in the recipe, but divide the 96 by the 56 because it's $56. $56 for the pack. And we get, when we divide 56 by the 96, we get 58 cents. 0.58 is 58 cents, right? And we times it by the 5, and we get 2.91. So that means 6. So that means 5 teaspoon of mixed seasoning costs $2.91. Any question? Any question, anyone?
No, miss.
Are we understanding? We we must find the cost for our each items. So are you seeing the relevance of this for your what you are doing now? Are you seeing the relevance?
Yes, miss.
Because when you're doing your cost, for your item, you must know how to break it down. And this is going to come back. This is going to come back to you where you have to break down your recipe cost the items, because you must be able to can cost your recipe. When you go buy things all the time, right? Yes? You buy things all the time, but you buy it in a bit of a bulk. If you need a 5 ounce stick, you don't necessarily buy 5, you probably buy a pound of this and a pound of that. Don't, yes?
Yes, miss.
Hello. Right. So whatever you buy is not necessarily how much you use, but you still have to break it out. How much you spend, although you spend this, you have to know how much recipes costs. How much does each and every recipe cost? So each of them things that you have been looking up for, you must be able to can put some money to them. How much if how much is £5 of that? How much is £2 of that? How much is 1 ounce of this? How much is 10 ounces of that? You must be able to break it down and find the cost for your recipe, individual recipe item. Right? The next thing here is vinegar. Vinegar is bought $70 a bottle, but we are saying that we want 4 tablespoons of vinegar. That's what the recipe is asking for. 4 tablespoons. So we need to find the cost for 4 tablespoons of vinegar. Vinegar is bought at a bottle at $70 per bottle. The bottle has 24 ounce in there. But this is saying now 1 tablespoon equal half ounce. So if 1 tablespoon equal half ounce, how much tablespoon will be in the 24 ounce? Look at it carefully. 1 tablespoon equal half ounce.
Miss, I got times the ounce by 2, so I can get 48.
You're going to times what?
The ounce. Because I half. So just times the 24 by 2.
By 2?
By, yeah, because 1 1 ounce, I'll go be two because half and half make one. So it would represent two or yeah, if you understand me.
Two what?
It's 2.5 ounces. So 1 of the ounces for the
Okay,
bottle.
1 tablespoon equal to half ounce. Let us work it out this. How much will be 2 tablespoons then? How much ounce will be 2 tablespoons?
The two,
I'm not hearing anybody.
at least I said two.
All right, let us look at it. Vinegar, you must find out how much tablespoon of vinegar is in the bottle, and the bottle have 24 ounce. 1 tablespoon equal half ounce. So we have to multiply. We have to multiply because now half is 0.5. We have to multiply. We have to multiply the 24 by 0.5, and we get 12 tablespoons. That means it's saying that it's 12 tablespoons in 24 ounce buckle. 0.5, 0.5 is the same as a half. Right? So we have to multiply now. 1 teaspoon equal half. So I want to find out how much. So we have to multiply now. 24, which is the ounce, times the 0.5 because it's half is 0.5. So 24 times the 0.5 equals 12 tablespoons. And it is $70 for the 12 table for the bottle of vinegar. We divide it by 12, we get $5.80. And then we times it by 4 because it's 4 tablespoons we want to find. 4 tablespoons we want to find the cost of. So we'll find the cost of 1 tablespoon first. So the cost of 1 tablespoon is $5.80, and then we times it by 4 and we get $23.30. So it is in that 4 tablespoons of vinegar now cost $23.30. Any questions, please? All right, let's see who can work out this one then. We have this one very pretty easy then. It is $35 per pound, but we want to find out how much of 5 pounds. How much is 5 pounds of Irish? Hello? Anyone? Work out the Irish potato, no? 5 pound of Irish at $35 a pound. How much is that? Nobody not hearing me?
It's 175.
You get it? How you get it? How did you get it?
Mr. Multiply.
Multiply what? Just tell me multiply, man. 1 second.
Miss the 5 by the 35.
Okay, great. Print the register. I'm on the machine. Make them sign on it. Register. Okay, great. Then now there's a next one named the pineapple. Who can work out the pineapple? It says it is 6 pounds of pineapple, but it said that there was it's $55 a pound. Want to find the cost for 6 pounds. However, there was 5% loss in preparation. So what does that mean? That means we'll have bought more than what the recipe called for, right? Yes? The recipe asks for 6 pounds. So how would we find out how much pineapple was bought? Anybody can tell me? Hello? Huh? The class. I know you. Class. Hello? If there was a 5% loss, I remember percent is out of 100, so what leave back? What is left back?
95, miss.
95. What would we do with that 95%? What would we do with the 95%?
Miss, we are going to turn it in a decimal first. And
Right?
then,
Uh-huh. What we do with the decimal?
Miss, we are going
All right, look at how much 6 pounds of pineapple. What we do with this? What we do with the 6 pounds? We want to find out how much pineapple we did purchase first. So how do we find out how much because since there was a 5% loss in preparation, that means we buy more than the 6 pound. That's all. Yes?
yes, miss. Yes,
So
miss.
how would we find out how much pounds of pineapple was bought? Anyone? What do we do with the 95%? That is what I meant. Remember, we 100 divide minus the 5%, which was equal to 95, and we divide the 6 by the percentage, which is in decimal format. That means it is saying that we buy, and we get 6.32 pounds, and then we multiply that by the 45 to get how much for pineapple, how much pineapple we bought. So we buy more than what we need because there was a 5% loss in preparation. Right? So it is similar to how we worked out it is similar to how we work out similar to how we worked out the first one, the pork. Any questions, anyone? Let's do the last one. Honey. The recipe asks for 7 tablespoons of honey. Do we know the cost for 7 tablespoons of honey? For the preparation, it says $250 in the buckle. The buckle has 32 ounces in there, and 1 tablespoon equal 1 ounce. How many tablespoons is in the buckle? Based on this information there, how many tablespoons will be in the buckle?
Miss 32.
32. Right. So, but what we want to find the cost for? How much honey?
7.
7. So how we're going to find out how much for the 7? What's the first step we'll have to do? What's the first step we'll have to do? What to find? What to have to find the cost for what? How much first?
Find the cost of 1.
Right. So how can we find the cost for the 1 then? The 1 tablespoon. How are we going to find? We know it's $250 for the buckle. How are we going to find the cost for the 1? Anyone? Come on, man, talk to me, no, man. I'm waiting. How do we find how much is the 32? How much in the how much a 1 tablespoon?
Miss, we're going to find
Divide what? Come the man talk to me now. How much is in the buckle? I mean, how much for the 1? How do we find it out? We divide the 250 by the 32. And then we get for it's 32 though? Yes. And then we get how much for 1. And then we times it by the 7 to get how much for the 7. Nobody never said that. Oh, I don't know how to stay so today. Well dead. All right. Questions, everyone? I'm stopping here for today. Any question? Hello? Any questions, anyone? I don't know if I'm talking to the
Miss, no miss.
Chantel, Sahora, Damon.
No, miss. No, miss.
All right. I'm wrapping up this for today. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you all of what we, all of the things that we mentioned today, and I'm going to see if you're going to be able to